All rise for the jury.
Okay, Mr. Patel, we can continue. Have a seat. We're still under oath to tell the truth.
Just a couple of questions to clean up some details. On the night of July 24th, when he came home, you had indicated that he brought the Carhartt jacket in the backpack. Was that shirt still in the backpack?
No, he had it on.
During the summer, what color is James's hair normally?
Brown with red in it.
So you do
If
see
the sun hits it, yeah.
there's red in it?
Yeah.
In the summer of 2014, in July, what was his approximate height and weight?
6'1", 180 pounds.
If we could put the picture back up, come on down for just a second. This picture was taken on July 30th, the day of the arrest. The incident we know happened on July 24th, which was a Thursday. This was a Wednesday. When did you move out?
29?
Okay, so you had moved out the 29th, which would be Tuesday?
Yes.
Now, in this photograph, we see that this motorcycle is tucked way into the corner, and this car, the Explorer, is sort of parked in front of it. The main road is out here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that where he normally parked that bike?
No.
Where did he normally park that bike?
Right here in front of this door.
When did he start parking it there?
Friday after the police came.
Okay. Now, was that bike was running, and you know about that bike?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it loud or soft?
Kind of loud, soft, I don't know.
I need to hear her.
Keep your voice up. Gotta keep your voice up. She's watching the thing. All right. Do you recall taking a video of that bike in operation?
Yeah.
Okay. If I could. You know, People's proposed exhibit number 163, I will reduce to disform. I have indicated to Mr. Sheep that there was, off of the downloads, a video taken by Crystal of the motorcycle riding around the yard in Goodall's for the purpose of showing the bike in operation, since there's been other testimony about how loud or soft that bike is. She indicated that she took the video, she's aware of it, so it would come in as an exhibit. I have it ready to play. I don't have a physical disc to hand her. I would move at this time for the introduction of People's exhibit number 163, which would be a disc version of the video from the computer.
No objection, Your Honor, but as Mr. Cataldo stated, I think he's going to provide me a copy of that disc. Is that correct?
He already has it as part of the discovery, but I'll give him a specific copy of the video that we're using also.
And I need that for my file.
Correct, we will
Thank you.
present one. I'll have it Monday.
It's admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If you want you to just stand there.
Should I video it?
Yeah, because wipeouts are always done.
It's recording now.
Don't get in your man's way. You'll hurt her.
Is that you taking this video? Where's this at?
You alright?
Not good.
I promise.
Can I ask you to come down tonight?
Huh?
Can I ask
Is it on already? Don't put somebody on arms. Don't put somebody on arms.
So you took that video?
Yes.
Is that an accurate representation of the sound of that bike that is idling?
Yes.
Okay, you can have a seat. Just pointing out for the record, what size shoe? We understand that from prior testimony, James was a size 12 shoe.
Yes.
And just for the record, the pair of shoes that I showed you in this box is a 9.5.
Yes.
Now, when you, did you, I guess, inquire to James about where those shoes were?
Yeah, I did ask him where they went.
And who was present when you did that?
The dad and him.
Where was that?
In Brenda's kitchen.
What day was that?
I think it was Saturday.
All right. Were you told, did James indicate to you where those shoes were?
No.
Did you get an answer?
No.
What was the mood around the house after the police made their second visit on Saturday, July 25th?
Like, what do you mean?
Was it just as happy-go-lucky as it was before the night of July 24th?
Yeah.
You moved out on Tuesday, the 29th.
Yes.
Why?
Well, I didn't move. I went to my mom's for my birthday.
Okay. Was there a reason that you decided to leave?
No, I was going for my birthday.
Had you felt threatened at all?
No.
Were threatening statements made to you the night before?
Yeah.
What were the conversations that were going on that led to those threatening statements?
That he was going to bring me down with him.
What provoked that comment?
And I think that somebody brought a paper home and they were talking about it at the table.
Did you say anything about talking to the police about him?
No.
Did he seem agitated at the time?
I think so, yeah.
You were there, we weren't. I mean, for him to make such a statement, did he say it as a joke to you?
No.
Did you take it as a joke?
No.
When you left on the 29th, did you intend to come back?
No.
Why?
Because then I found out that he ended up going to jail.
When you leave on the 29th, and we know that he was arrested on the 30th, does that mean you're no longer afraid of him?
Yeah, I'm still afraid of him. Or, no.
Okay, you sort of gave it to me both ways.
I didn't get what you said.
Okay. Let me put the question another way. When are you first interviewed by the police?
The 30th?
Where are you interviewed by the police?
My mom's.
Is James there?
No.
Do you know whether or not James has been arrested at this point?
No.
The police begin to ask you about James and the incident on the Orchard Trail.
Yes.
Are you completely forthcoming with the police and all of the information that you provided with this jury here today?
No, not yet.
Why is it that you're not telling them everything right away?
Scared.
What are you scared of?
James.
Why are you scared of James?
because he was abusive and controlling.
Had he ever hit you before?
Yes.
Did you know where he was?
No.
Did you know whether or not he'd bonded out?
No.
You'd been with him almost 9 years at that point?
Yes.
I mean, did you feel comfortable talking to strangers about him?
No.
They're asking about intimate details between you and James and intimate conversations between the two of you?
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable knowing this environment that you've lived in, being able to just simply talk to strangers in that sense?
No.
What about the second time that you were interviewed? When is it the second time that you were interviewed?
My birthday.
Well, your birthday was the 29th before he was arrested on the 3rd.
I think it was a week later.
A week later?
Yeah.
Have you had any contact with James?
No.
Have you had any contact with the family?
No.
At any time during any conversations with him prior to you leaving, did you ever accuse him of committing the crime?
Yeah, I think after the police came,
Why?
because he was seen in Armada, and he had a bike. I think that was after the sketch came out.
So when you're listening to I guess you're following the media,
Yeah.
you're becoming concerned,
Yes.
and you bring those concerns to James?
Yes.
And exactly, keep your voice up, what is it that you tell him?
That I thought he did it.
You don't know one way or another.
No.
You weren't present.
No.
But this is what you're telling him because you're afraid now?
Yes.
What is it that makes you afraid?
Of just how he was, or he'd hurt me.
When the police interview you the second time, are you any more comfortable talking to them about the details of your relationship?
Yeah.
But do you give them everything during that second interview?
No.
Why not?
Scared.
Did the police ever threaten to arrest you?
No.
Did you know whether or not during the second interview James was in jail or not in jail?
Yeah, he was.
When you're talking to the police, are they threatening to arrest you and charge you?
No.
Did you have anything to do with this crime?
No.
Did you, other than washing at his request the clothing, did you clean his bike?
No.
Did you clean his helmet?
No.
Did you clean the shoes?
No.
Did you get rid of the shoes?
No.
Did you get rid of that Carhartt jacket?
No.
Did you in any way enable him in hiding evidence?
No.
Did you ever tell the police or confirm to the police that he was wearing K-Swiss shoes?
Yes. Or
So-
no.
All right, so you don't know whether you said he was or wasn't?
No, I don't know. I don't think I told them.
He told you to tell them?
Yes, he did.
But you don't recall whether you did or not?
Yeah.
And even though he's in jail and you're talking to the police, are you still afraid of him?
Yes.
Why?
I'm scared of the family.
Did the authorities ever threaten to take your children?
No.
Was there one point in the conversations where you told the police that James told you that he'd messed up?
Yes.
And during this interview, were the police trying to get you to say, well, you mean he fucked up?
Yes.
Okay, and you refused to adopt that word. Why?
Because that's not what he said.
It would be safe to say that there were a number of hours of interviews with you.
Yes.
That first interview went about an hour, on the 30th.
Yeah.
And then that next interview went 3 or 4 hours.
Yes.
And then there was a third interview that went another 3 or 4 hours.
Yes.
Did it take that much time for you to actually finally be able to open up and give them the information?
Yes.
But did you do that because you were afraid of them? Did you ever tell the police, tell me what to say, I'll say anything you want, I don't want my children to be taken from me?
No.
Did you ever tell the police that you would say anything they wanted just because you were afraid of them?
No.
I mean, could you have told the police that he confessed to you?
I could have, yeah.
Could you have told the police a lot of different things to, if you were afraid of the police, to make them happy?
Yes.
But you didn't.
No.
All you ended up telling the police were those two statements. I messed up, you're going to have to support me, you're going to
Yes.
stand by me. And you also then told the police about the K-Swish comment.
Yes.
Nothing more.
No.
Are you hiding anything more?
No.
Are you afraid of me?
No.
Are you afraid of law enforcement?
No.
The number of hours that it took to get the information was why?
Scared.
You had been with them all those years?
Yes.
It's part of this pain also knowing the type of crime that this is.
Yes.
The police ever refused to let you leave the police station or wherever it was that they were interviewing you?
No.
All right, Crystal, I have no additional questions for you. Mr. Sheik will have some questions.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I know your name is Ms. Stadler. May I also call you Crystal?
Yes.
Okay. To start with, I just want to make sure that everything's legit. Have you ever seen me prior to today?
Yes.
And that was at court on December 15 and 16 of 2014 out in Romeo,
Yes.
before the Honorable Judge LeDuc. Is that correct?
Yes.
Have you and I ever talked or corresponded in any way, shape, or manner via the internet or anything else since that day?
No.
Are you scared of me by any chance?
No.
Are you intimidated by me?
No.
Do I make you nervous?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Is that got to do with me or just because you're in court with people that you don't know?
People I don't know.
Okay. So, are you scared of Mr. Cataldo?
No.
Has he made you nervous or no?
No.
This incident allegedly occurred on July 24 of 2014. That's a year and a half ago approximately, correct?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you were with the James at that time, correct?
Yes.
Since that time, you obviously have moved out,
Yes.
moved on, correct?
Yes.
You've had another child, right?
Yes.
Okay. And during that time period, have you had contact with the prosecutor's office or anybody from the police or Armada in keeping in touch about your testimony and what would be needed?
Yes.
And who is that has done that with you, for the most part?
Becky and Bill.
Becky, you mean Rebecca?
Yes.
And Bill, you mean, we have two Bills?
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them?
Yes.
And with what frequency have they contacted you?
Like, what do you mean?
Like once a month, once a week, once a day?
Well, when they needed me.
Okay. And have they went over the transcripts with you of the preliminary transcripts from the testimony before Judge LeDuc?
Yes.
And have they went over with you with your statements that you had made prior?
Yes.
Okay. And had they discussed with you what they needed to get from you and why it was necessary and crucial to this case?
Yes.
And was this done several times?
No.
Just once?
There was a couple times.
So a few times?
Yeah.
Are you scared of Detective MacArthur?
No.
Does she make you nervous?
No.
Let's start off with this. Just a few moments ago, I don't know how many of the jurors were taking notes, but you repeatedly indicated that you left the home on July 29, 2014. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you stand by that?
Yes.
Am I making you nervous?
No.
Is anything influencing you to say that it was the 29th other than that's your recollection?
No.
And is that your firm recollection?
Yes.
And what makes you so certain that it was the 29th?
It was that Tuesday. That's when I left.
Just a little sample of what's to come. Do you remember you testified in this case, as you indicated, and everything was being taken by court reporter, right?
Yes.
Do you remember being asked, do you know approximately when you stopped living with James VanCallis?
Yes.
Do you remember giving the answer July 28th, 2014?
Yeah, the 28th. Yeah, I said the 28th because I thought it was the 28th.
Okay, so, ma'am, that was closer to the time you were in court with a bunch of people, right?
Yes.
And now you're saying the 29th. You know, this testimony is very, very important. So, which is it?
It was Tuesday.
The 28th or the 29th?
It's 29th.
So you were mistaken when you said that it was the 28th, is that
Yes.
correct? You're not saying that the court reporter got it wrong, right?
No.
Did I have a page in there?
Yes, sir. It is page 78. And it is line number 11, 12, and 13. You're welcome, sir. Just give me one quick second, okay? I believe you indicated today that Mr. VanCallis' hair in the 9 years that you've known him turns reddish or pinkish in the summertime?
Reddish. It has a red tint to it in
That's
the
okay.
sun.
Just in the summer or all the time?
The summer.
In the summertime, okay. Do you remember being asked about that at the preliminary exam, about whether or not his hair had a reddish tint or at times?
No.
While I'm talking to you, do you remember ever stating before at any of the other proceedings that Mr. VanCallis was abusive towards you?
Yes.
When did you state that? You didn't state it at the exam, right?
I don't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't think I did.
Okay, and that was a courtroom which was smaller than this courtroom, packed with law enforcement officers, correct?
Yes.
And myself and Mr. VanCallis, correct?
Yes.
So there was no fear that you would have had of Mr. VanCallis at that point in time. He was in custody at that time, right?
Yes.
And you knew he was in custody, right?
Yes.
And you knew what he was in custody for, which was a serious offense,
Yes.
correct? Oh, no, the rest of this will go a lot quicker. It's just that kind of caught me off guard. I now have it in here. Just give me 1 second. Now, also, one of the things you stated today is that when Mr. VanCallis allegedly stated to you, or stated something about saying, I wore K-Swiss shoes, it was in front of everybody, right?
Yes.
What
Well,
is
me and
your-
the dad. Yes.
So, I think earlier you said everybody.
Well, I
but now
meant me
you-
and the dad.
I'm sorry?
It was me and the dad. The mom and the real dad weren't home yet.
Okay. Well, which dad do you mean? When you say dad and now you're saying real dad wasn't home yet, who are we talking about, Gino? or-
Jim. It was with me, Jim, and James.
Okay, so you, the defendant, and his biological father,
Yes.
James. And that's not what you've ever indicated before, is it? You've always said that it was just you and he, right? When you said that before?
No, I said the dad.
Was present at the time?
Yeah.
Now, you have indicated